In 2020, we got pregnant for the first time with our daughter, Charlotte. Unexpectedly, at 16 weeks, we lost her. That was just earth-shattering for us. It had taken us a long time to become pregnant. Our son, John, was born at 20 weeks. One of the hardest things we've ever had to do was hand over our son and turn around and leave the room and drive home without. It was a really big challenge learning how to walk through both of these losses and look ahead to the future with hope. Little did we know that that would kind of help us to gear up for Josephine's arrival. She arrived at 28 weeks.
The NICU was an unexpected journey for us, but one that we were happy to take because it meant that our daughter was going to be safe and grow. We were just so happy the day that we got to bring her home and just lay down in bed with her and look at her and laugh and cry and just be just so happy that this was a moment that we got to experience.
This past year, we found out we were pregnant with Eloise. We didn't really know what our journey was going to look like. 24 weeks was a very, very, very scary piece of news. This was significantly earlier than Josephine's birth. We're going to need some serious additional support. The Ronald McDonald House stepped in.
We're both blown away by everything that was offered, everything that they had to just help support us.
One of the hugest, most unexpected gifts that came along with our stay at the Ronald McDonald House was the gift of community. It was such an encouraging thing to arrive and meet with people who had been there for months and to hear, okay, these are the things that we're doing as a family to navigate this time well. Just being able to sit down and share a meal at the end of the day, it was just a little bit of magic during a very, very, very stressful time. We still don't know what these next days are gonna look like, but we have a place to go where we can stay together and weather this storm as a family.
Just on top of having our needs as a family in the Ronald McDonald House taken care of, the beauty of where they're at is right across the street from the hospital. And there were several nights where you got a call from the nurse that says, you need to come over here, and the last thing you want to have to worry about is, how am I going to get there quickly?
Nobody wants to get a call in the middle of the night. One of our first days there, Eloise's lung collapsed. Our dear Dr. Bo was on the phone and trying to let us know something had happened and that we needed to come quickly. Okay, we'll be there in 2 minutes. That would not have been the case if we had to be an hour away. Skin to skin is so critical, especially in those early weeks. It's so important for their neurodevelopment. Being able to be right there when things aren't going the way they should, it's absolutely critical. And it was another thing that Ronald McDonald House afforded us. We've been at Ronald McDonald House for 150 nights. We finally go home. We are home for a blissful 7 days. The next morning, our girl was not breathing well. I recognized as we were getting close to the hospital that she was not responding. I handed her over to the children's emergency room, and I did not know if she was alive. They got her back, and immediately we just said, we need to go back to Mott. It was so hard to say hello after having just said goodbye to all of our friends there. But gosh, I'm so thankful to be here again, to be met with such compassion, such wonderful care and familiarity and routine. That was something that was desperately needed for me. I know it was needed for you, and especially for Josie. There were so many things for her to do that were geared directly towards her. She got to see all of her friends, and she got to play in the playroom, and she got to pick out a new toy from the toy store. It was just such a special thing that there were comforts despite the rockiness of the road. The support of the Ronald McDonald House during our second stay was just, again, phenomenal. I'm so thankful.
Eloise recovered really quick. We were back on our feet and home, and every checkup that we've had, she's just hit every mark and is doing as well as we had hoped for.
Josie just turned 3, and those buddies from the Ronald McDonald house that we had played with for months joined us. They were here all together, reunited. It is just overwhelming to think of how far they've come. I'm so thankful to get to see them grow and explore new things in this world.
We're just so thankful that they're here and get to experience every bit of it.
We will always miss the children that we lost, but we are so glad that as we walk ahead with some of that grief and some of that trauma, that we've also seen so much victory over some of these very, very difficult circumstances. And we are so excited to get to open the next chapter and walk into it with confidence because of all the care and the love that we've received along the way.